a hardcore cognitive dissonance where your entire identity is now in question. Everything that you have
Right.
ever believed
Exact.
is
I
now in
was
question.
just about to
It
say
is
that.
painful. It is painful. And what the most terrifying thing isn't even so part the first most terrifying part is admitting to yourself that this is true because you're now believing, oh, the people who have always been evil devil worshippers, I'm now one of them. And then the second part is, okay, so now I have to go tell my friends and family that I'm an evil devil worshiper and I'm one of the people that we all hate
Right.
and want to
Yeah, it's
disappear. Like this is
horrifying.
it's yes, breaking this to your community and all the other people that you know hate those people, knowing that you will now be one of the people that they fucking hate. It is a terrifying prospect, and
I
that
was
actually having a
Tom.
community for them to fall back on
You're
is the most important part of that.
you're beaming Lex Luthor beams into my head right now. Get out of my head. So I was literally about to say that exact same sentence, that I think a lot of it is optics as well. And that's why I was talking so much about like how we like frame things on the left, and how we frame certain lifestyles and things like that on the left, because again, what people on the right have is a very deep sense of community. Okay, a lot of people on the right, because these people just didn't make them feel like shit 24 fucking 7, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't find, how do I say this? I don't think people always intentionally want to be terrible. I don't think that's always the case. But I do think that sometimes on the left, that there is pressure that people can find exhausting. And not even that it's not necessary, but if you are tiring the person, then you're pushing them to the other side. I think there should be a lot more grace. But again, it goes back to the previous conversation that we were having, that if we do allow people grace to grow here, then how long are they still going to be like a transphobe? Or how long are they still going to be a homophobe? And how long are we going to allow these, like, I don't want to call it a cancer, but that's like similar, but like, how long are we going to allow for these cancerous cells to go through our communities without metastasizing? You know what I mean?
I
And I
don't think
think
Well,
they
that's
that's
what
the
do.
thing,
people are
though, is
afraid
that
of.
that's
I
the
think we need to
problem that
figure
I
out how to
keep
make sure
out
people are
talking to people
comfortable.
about. It's you don't. I think that everybody should be doing their own thing. So, like, this isn't something that I will ever expect from Dean. Right? Dean should never attempt to be pulling people over. His thing is getting people
Partisan
in his
hackery.
echo chamber, yes, firing them up, being as condescending as fuck, making them feel good about being the righteous, good, woke people. Like, that is what he does, and he does it well, and that's what he should continue doing. But there are people, as long as there are some people who are out there doing the proselytizing, reaching out to the other side, making it so that if there are people who are questioning things or who are open to listening, there's somebody that they can find. There's somebody that they can find who will not just shame them, who won't just talk down to them, who will actually have a conversation with them. Those people need to be out there. And the problem that I have is a lot of times, as soon as somebody sees someone who is willing to be a bit more rhetorically effective in talking to those people, they're a bit more open in allowing them into their communities, they're a bit more laxed in like what they say in their discords and shit like that, other people will immediately say, oh, they're an undercover fascist. That person's just trying to flood a bunch of conservatives into our
Yeah,
communities
it's
to
so
make us
cringe.
all. And it's like, no, you don't have to be a part of it. If
Well,
you
that's
don't
what I
want to be a
thought.
part of that, and it's like, because like I could totally understand a trans person being in a fucking Discord where everybody's misgendering them and not wanting to be there. Holy shit. Yes, of course, that makes sense. But that just don't go there then. Like, that doesn't mean that you have to turn around and say, like, fuck those people, cancel that content creator, get rid of them. Like, they're just, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Like, you can allow different people to do different jobs within this space.
I agree. Yeah, I think that's fine. And I don't know. I just think we have to strengthen our rhetorical value. Like, I've seen a lot of like leftist debates, and it's not up to par. It's not like it's.
It's not. It's
I feel
really
like
bad.
there's more. I feel like when we're talking about something, like, do you know how many of these people? Like, I feel like I don't know. I just feel like there are better ways for us to come after it. I feel like I don't know if we need to do like a fucking crash course. You know, learn about philosophy, fallacies, all that jazz. You know what I mean? I looked at like freshman year of high school, but like I'm thinking like there needs to be a bit of a ooh goose burst. I'm sorry. My show just dropped. Sorry.
You're great.
I got a notification. But yeah, like I was thinking like but yeah, I totally agree. I think I just feel like we could do so much better. I don't feel like it needs to be this hard. I just the second we give people something to listen to, I just don't find okay. I just don't find a reality in which like even if a person is conservative, you're talking about like leftist policies or these progressive or democratic policies, and you have just given them like a full tub of baby food, why they wouldn't listen to you. Like I don't. That's the whole thing that's been going through my mind. I don't know why we are so. Actually, no, I do know why. I just describe why we are afraid, but like I feel like I think that should always be the first intention that we have if we want to posture ourselves as people who can reach across, right? And I don't always think it's bad to reach across the aisle. Just don't fucking isolate the people that you're coming from in the first place. I just don't. I think when I first saw you guys, I just didn't like how you guys were isolating the people who were already on the left, right? Mm-hmm. Because then I just don't think that does anything. Because if you want to bring conservatives over here and then you're isolating yourself from the group that they want to bring themselves from, they're just going to engulf you, and now you're just like a fucking progressive conservative. Like it's not.
I think
like,
it definitely does, though. I think that lots of times, if you're able to give them like, you're able to reaffirm a lot of the concerns that they have, a lot of the problems that they have, a lot of the things that they see, they're able to see you as like, oh, this is somebody who's rational. This is somebody who understands me. This is somebody who I could actually talk to because they're not one of those crazies who are going to deny reality, but they're actually going to acknowledge these things. And my thing is like, I have a ton of leftists in my community. I have a ton of leftists in my community. And they're, even if some of them might engage with those things, but a lot of them are just leftists who agree with those problems and are also like willing to call those things out while we disagree like on, some social issues, definitely disagree on like economic issues. They're still like around a lot because they have a lot of the same issues with leftists that I do. But I tried to clarify as much as possible. I don't think this is all leftist. I'm not calling out like leftists as an entirety or as an ideology. It's more so just some of the hypocrisies that I see. I call those things out, and I do think that appeals to people a lot.
What I'll do, see, this is why I think like co-collaborating is like so powerful, because what I would do is I would get these people and then I'd be like, hey, Tashika has some really great points, and then I would pass them off to Tashika, and then Tashika would fix them, and I'd get them to vote blue, and then Tashika would get them to care about minorities.
Wait, why is that I don't know if I would get them to care about minorities as a whole, but I think I could probably I would say that I'm pretty confident in my ability to just get them to care in general. Like
me too. I'm confident in your ability. The thing is,
put a crack in the door.
I'll tell you, you're just.
I think intuitively people do care. Mm-hmm. I think they just don't feel like they're allowed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like usually. Yeah.
And if a person's like a sociopath, I'm like, then that's just like illogical. I don't know how to have a conversation with you. Pass them off to like Destiny. But like, I don't know how to like.
And we can just build that. Like if we built like okay, this person definitely needs to go to Mercedes. This person needs to go to Tashika. Okay, this one's like really rogue. Send them to Destiny. But like having communication of like what we're doing together and our goal, I think that's like so important, because I think we just, for example, if you told me like a month ago, I'd be like, I love Tashika, I would have been like, what are you talking about, Mercedes? And now I'm just like, Tashika. So this communication is well,
this is what I mean when we say like established connections, because I don't think there's any reality in which people are just going to like face off, just hate each other completely. Like I just don't think, like as humans, I just don't think that's like we have literal, like it's so not normal for humans to care about each other that it's literally a diagnosis to not care about other humans. You know what I mean? So I think as long as that person does not have said diagnoses and they don't have this thing going on in their brain, then I think it would be intuitively true that like there is humanity under there. Mm-hmm. And I also don't think that. I think a big thing is just like regarding humanity is not something that is only. Excuse me, I just had like 3 margaritas. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't think we need to regard humanity as something that is for saints. I think we need to regard humanity as something that is within all of us, right? Like there are like we all jump back when we touch a flame. You know what I mean? We all don't want to see people get unalived in front of us. We all, we're all gonna have these like negative reactions to the same things and the positive reactions to the same things, right? And so again, I think when we approach a conversation with the fact that we are more alike than we are different, then I think that's fine. I've been trying to have a conversation. I posted on my last account, but I got banned. Like, I posted on my last account where I essentially said that, and this sounds like very bad, like optically when I first say it, but it does make sense. I said that we need to humanize these like alt-right conservatives and like hell, even the neo-Nazis. And I think people, when they hear humanize, they mean that we need to accept them. That's not what humanize means. What humanize means is to acknowledge that the things that made them the way that they are the things that we may also fall privy to, and that they are humans and rational beings just the same as we are humans and rational beings. And we became this way because we were privy to things, and they became that way because they were privy to things. They're not another species. Like, that our brains are not different, right? Again, if you're talking to a person with a diagnosis, that runs off of straight illogical behavior. There's not much at that point given to a doctor. But if you're talking to a normal person, right? Obviously keep your protection in mind. But like, if you're talking to a normal person, I think the second you understand that you're talking to another human being, I think that's when you can get through to people.
Would you say this about neo-Yazis?
I just said that.
She just said
Okay,
that she's
so
so
I
based.
didn't. I was gonna say oh, my stream's muted. Okay, sorry. I was gonna say I've had a bunch of people jump on my TikToks like arguing with me, saying I heard you say that you have conversations with neo-Yazis and humanize them. You should never humanize them. They aren't human. They're just despicable animals. We should murder them and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, you realize you are just like lucky that you ended up in your circumstance and not their circumstance, and that like you could have been them just
You
as
could have been
likely.
them,
And
for sure.
yes, but and lots of times they totally deny that, and then I'll say something like, I was almost them. Like, I got pulled out right on like my way down what we call the pipeline. I was pulled out, like, just stopped short of like being radicalized. And then they say, oh, okay, so that's who you are. Oh, so you're that guy. You're actually a Yahtzee.
And
Like,
it's not
it's
even
always
like saying
just
that you need
so
to
you're
be
not human.
nice. It's not even
Of
saying that
course,
you need to be nice
correct.
to Schnazis. I think that's what
Exactly.
people hear when we say this. But no, it is just a basic acknowledgement that this is a human. That's all
Yep.
it is. That's genuinely all it is. And I think at that point you'll be able to counter their arguments so much easier, because again, you're going to be talking to other human beings. But again, I feel like neo-Nazis are like super far, right? And I feel like I feel like most of them for sure you're not going to be able to save. I genuinely
Well, and
believe
it doesn't
that,
even
right?
just mean, we're not even just talking about just being nice to them. You can still, we're not even saying be mean to them. You can stigmatize the hell out of them. There's a reason we call them neo-Yazis, is because we want that stigma on these people. There should be a stigma on their beliefs, and people should see this as like a red flag, a warning sign. This person has a dangerous ideology that can be harmful.
Fruited. I'm sorry. I just want to make this clear before people start getting weird in the chat. There is literally a chat in my Discord called Schnazi Hunting, in which we literally dox Nazis, okay? It's not... I believe that those people should be strange fruited. But if it is the case that someone with some of these ideals are coming to you, right? If you find that you want to have a conversation with them, you are going to need to humanize them. And you are not going to be able to stop more people from becoming like them if you don't humanize people. Like, I don't think people really understand how easy it is to become a Schnazi. Oh my God, it's so easy. Like, it's
if you
easy.
look at what's happening in America right now, you're watching the people on I am going to be general, and I am going to say right and left and stuff, okay? But the people on the right who have been so against the tyrannical government and wanting the Second Amendment so that this tyrannical government won't take over and blah, 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 now they're kind of basically agreeing with a tyrannical government, like the power going in the executive. They're essentially disagreeing with the Constitution. Like, this is how it happens. It's insidious. It is not like these people know what they're doing. It's not like
a lot of times they're victims.
Yeah, exactly. And they're victims of
And they're
propaganda
younger and younger.
victims of their parents or whatever's happening. This is how it happens. Is it's slow, insidious, and you don't really realize. And then all of a sudden you're the fascist or you're the Schnazi, and it's like, okay, well, that's how it happens. It's not like,
well, I keep saying sometimes, but I don't believe, like, I believe that the people who are actually malicious are like 1% or less. I believe that they are like so rare that it's totally pointless in even trying to call them out or find them. Same with no, I mean the ones who actually like who don't believe what they're saying is true, but they just believe there's like an ends to it that's beneficial. I believe that's such a small percentage of people. I think the majority of people actually need to believe that they're doing something righteous. They need to believe that they're doing something right. And so when we talk about grifters a lot, we talk about people who are just malicious and want to hurt people. Like, we're talking about a minority of a minority of a minority to where just not even worth talking about. It is all of these people are people who believe in what they're saying. They believe it's true. They believe they are the right ones. They believe they are the righteous ones, and that they, like, you have to understand that they are not these people who are like, I just want to hurt everybody like this cartoon character, but instead it is like somebody who actually is convinced into these ideas.
But it is literally because we have this caricature of what a Schnazi is, or neo-Schnazi, not an actual Schnazi, a neo-Schnazi in America. I think it's because we have this caricature that is the problem as to why our rhetoric is so shit. Like, because we're not talking to them like they're rational human beings, and they like are. they are. And when I say rational, chat, I mean like of a sentient mind. They're not animals.
Yes.
I'm not saying they're smart.
Yeah, that's a good,
I'm saying that they are sentient people. Okay. But that's what I mean. We don't like. It's like a debate. Okay. Like, again, you're not going to be able to have a good debate if you don't know your opponent's stance or why they have that stance. The best and quickest way to like completely take down your opponent is to know what they are saying, why they are saying. Like one of the first things I learned in middle school. Okay, I took this like AP class, right? And the first thing my teacher ever taught us was like, you need to form the opponent's argument before you even form your own. Like, and so like, again, if you don't understand what ideologies people who fall into that pipeline have, you are not going to be able to combat it. They don't care about shame, and the more you shame them, the farther they get pushed into that. And if we give a shit about people becoming neo-Nazis, we need to know why they hold these beliefs. And knowing why your opponent holds these beliefs does not mean that you are more likely to agree with it. It is okay to understand someone's stance, even if you disagree. It is the understanding
Which is why I keep
that allows for you to combat it.
Yes, this is why I keep saying I'm not saying that people should do these things. I'm not saying that people should try to convince people out of these positions, especially when it comes to the more radical right-wing positions. Somebody like Dean, I think, like his conversation with Nick Fuentes was obviously just horrible, like top to bottom, just horrific. And this is not something that I would recommend for normal everyday people to do, or even normal everyday debaters or streamers to do. These are things that, like, yes, if you have studied this very well, especially if you were one of those people at one time, like, it makes sense that you would go debate those people or talk to them. But it is, when I say a lot of this stuff, like about reaching across the island shit, please trust me, I am not saying that a lot of people should be going and reaching out to fucking far right people. One second. That is
1 second. I got a message in the UFA Discord stating that Allison is live right now calling out Tashika. I just got a message.
Why am I
She's butt mad about the last time that you guys talked. She's mad about the last time you guys had a conversation.
I just got a message stating that, so I don't know. Can anyone confirm
What?
that in the chat? Well, okay, the person who sent this actually could confirm this. I trust them. They're one of our staff.
Yeah, I don't know if you
Wait,
saw
why?
Tashika, but after you got off with her the last time, she ended the live and then immediately went live again and was like crying for a while as she was really upset about the
Oh, I saw
conversation.
that. I left that live. But I'm not. We don't have. If we have beef, it's one sided. I had a conversation with them in Discord.
She's saying
Oh,
she's
nice.
coddling the UFA members.
Huh?
But you're
No,
obviously gonna
Tashika's a
be-
base queen. I would protect. I would lay my life down for Tashika.
I'm gonna crash. I'm crashing. I'm gonna crash out. I'm
It's
crashing
okay.
out.
You can crash here. You can crash
I'm gonna crash
here.
out. I don't even fucking like you people.
It's
I'm just.
okay,
We
I
can't
love you.
agree on 2%. We on 2% of all of our stances. Is that?
Just
Is
that
it?
damn
I
Wait,
love
Tashika. Wait. Hold on.
I am your
Tashika,
number one fan. I am your
Wait.
biggest fan, Tashika. Okay.
Is this
Tashika,
not like
do
a
you
good
think
substantive conversation
It
that
is
we're
so
having
good.
right now?
It is so good.
It is,
All right.
but they
I'm
don't care about that.
Tashika?
Tashika.
Wait. Hold on, guys. Seriously, Tashika.
Just let
do
me
you
glaze
think
our
it's okay to
queen.
drink water?
What? What?
Do you think it's okay to drink water?
Yes.
We also think it's okay to drink water.
I'm never drinking water again. I can't
How could
You're
you?
on our side. You're on our side. You're pretty
I-
much a liberal now. You're on our side. We also think it's good to drink water.
I mentioned her in the yes because Mercedes is here and Mercedes was also there and Tom is here and Tom was also there and we were just talking about it. I didn't say anything bad. Why am I freaking out? I didn't say anything bad about Allison. I think these things are really triggering for me because I find every conversation to be so cheap. It is so
I agree.
cheap.
Yeah,
It's
you've
so
had that. You're
frustrating.
like when I
God.
tell you, like I am just sitting
Guys,
here,
stop
just like,
agreeing with
hold
her.
on.
You're
I
giving
am
her a
just-
bad name.
I'm just sitting here, just like because you're the first. Like I can talk to you, and you're totally just. You're so fucking intelligent, and I know. Cancel me, Allison, for that. I'm
Why are
sorry,
we
but
surprised by that though?
it's not that I'm
just-
surprised by that. It's okay. So a lot of the people on the left, like because I've just been so like they throw their brains out of the
Extremely
window
intelligent.
and they don't
Oh,
want to
take
build
it easy.
any kind of electoral power. They don't want to do anything
It's
productive.
just berating.
Yeah, and you come up here and you just are like, no, I know exactly what to do, and this is what we should have been doing this whole time. And I'm just like, why have we not talked sooner? I'm so sorry.
I just like I mean
Donna, the
I'm just
glazing is crazy.
confused.
I will glaze Tashika till I die. I don't care. You've
I'm
earned
just a little
so much respect.
I'm just a tad bit confused. I did I'm not gonna tell you guys about anything else that we talked about, but I did text Allison that like because I did see that one the live for a second where she was crying and I remember being quite annoyed that because I essentially just told them I was like, hey, I don't have the privilege to go on live and fucking cry and have everyone baby me essentially when something that like that happens to me. I don't have that privilege to have the positive response to my tears. I don't think there's ever been a time on this app where I've cried in which there's been like a super positive response to my tears, unless it was like because someone sent me a huge gift or something. You know what I mean? And so I said I found that to be kind of I just personally with my own like identity in check, like I thought that was I thought that was an issue. I thought I did feel like, oh my God, like this just feels very charged in a way that I didn't appreciate. Because it doesn't make any sense for you to agree with me, and then behave the way that you did, and then you're crying. I don't get to cry, like you had all these issues that I'm constantly having to call out and try to correct in the conversation. I should be the one crying. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I wasn't crying because I don't feel like I ever can cry. But other than that, like I don't know what she would not agree with. I didn't say anything that I thought was insane. Like nor have I
Well,
been
Tashika, you have to
coddled.
understand, even when
Someone
we're
invite
saying people
Allison.
should
Someone
be
invite
consistent,
Allison in the chat. Someone invite Allison to panel up.
Well,
well,
nor have I
even when
been
we're
like,
saying that
I haven't
people
even
should
been
be
coddling you.
consistent, they get mad at that idea. Even the principle of consistency, they like a lot of times they'll shit on just the principle. Not that they won't say we're not being inconsistent. They'll say fuck consistency, like that's just a social construct, or that's like white supremacy, or that's like it's always something like even the idea of
They'll always
consistency is bullshit a
excuse.
lot of times in
Yeah.
these
I'm just so
conversations.
confused. Like, I'm over here making fun of Lex Luthor down here. I made fun of Mantis's drug addiction. I made fun of fucking.
Yeah,
I
she
told,
went off, guys.
I
Give her
told
a break.
fucking Mercedes that she should be strange fruit. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
whatever
see.
you like. It's fine.
I don't see Jesus. I don't see where in this conversation I have been coddling any of you. I just don't think any of you are completely unreasonable. Like, I don't. Am I? What was I? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, Tashika has said she hates me an infinite amount of times. It's not my fault that my glazing is coming off as her coddling. You cannot blame Tashika
Non-consensual.
for Mercedes's non-consensual glazing of Tashika.
Like, I have said nothing but terrible things. Like, when we're talking about like personal beliefs, I've said horrible things to you guys this entire time. And we agree.
All it
on,
takes,
like,
though,
basic
sadly,
principles.
yeah, like sadly, it's sad that you even. I have to be honest. It's sad that you even feel the need to do that in order to agree. Like I do feel like there is this like
Oh, I'm not
air
doing it
of,
in order to
oh,
agree.
I
No.
have to be kind of mean. I know you probably want to as well, but I'm just saying there
Nah.
is this thing around where people kind of feel like they have to. Oh, if I'm going to agree with them on this, then I have to separate myself somehow in this way, and so this is how I'm going to do it. It's like just be honest, dude. Just say the shit you feel. You either align or you don't align. That's it. Just be honest. Like, and everyone should just be doing that at all times, being as honest as they can about the shit that they believe, and then find the people you agree with, and then like big it up. And yeah, that's it. It's not complicated.
This is someone from my Discord. Unreasonable, no, but have any of them taken accountability for their actions while you're humanizing? I don't know, and that wasn't the intention of my conversation today. I can't force any of these people to take accountability, but that doesn't mean that I can't still that doesn't mean I can't still help them improve their base. Like, I think like if we want for them to be more likely to take accountability, if I can come in and then give my extra 2 cents so they have a broader picture, I think over time they'd be more likely to be receptive to whatever we're saying.
I am 10 times more likely to take accountability or listen to the things that you guys are telling me simply because the way that Tashika has been in this live, like this is exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't work when you go on like these lambasting tours, but the way that Tashika is just coming up here and being extremely productive, it just makes it so much more like I want to hear you out. I want to hear your positions and I want to actually comprehend them instead of just
all
being
that
like,
while I'm saying that I hate your guts. Isn't that so crazy?
Exactly. Like you can hate me. It's free range. It's okay.
Like, this isn't even me turning the other cheek. I'm literally telling them I hate their guts. I just think that there is a level of I do. I do think that there is a level. I want to let you guys know that I'm not thinking about this from a level of I like these people now. I'm thinking of it as a level of these people have large platforms. Z is a businesswoman. Z has connections to politics. If I can get my worldview out even through Z, I think that still works. I think it still works.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. Do you have Instagram?
It's smart.
I do. I think if Z, if
you
I
can send me a collab anytime.
Feeding homeless people.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a negative.
No, you can send
Tashika,
me. You can send me.
connections.
Yeah, you can send me an Instagram collab anytime. I would accept it and use my platform to grow yours just infinitely. Any collab you want to send over there, I got 500,000 people on Instagram. I would love to just use it to give you as big as a platform as possible because everyone needs to hear Tashika's message.
I mean, that would be cool.
No, straight up, 100%. This is 100%. Like, you
Tashika,
can send me a collab right now, and I'll
accept
accept it. Yeah, we are we're obsessed with Tashika. We're like the biggest Tashika stans on the planet.
It's the end of the season 2 finale for UFA.
Isn't that so funny? No, but like, no, I just like, I don't. I don't know. It's just so odd. I don't think. I don't I don't know. I just don't think it's that serious. I don't think we've said anything that any rational person would disagree with here, right? Like I'm even surprised, like within the conversation.
We've been
about,
unhinged,
like,
apparently.
commercial,
We're unhinged.
right? Like the commercial about like whether or not it can actually allude to homophobia. I was surprised when you guys understood what I was saying.
Yeah.
So clearly the way that I'm talking is working here, and clearly something is getting through to you. And I think if that's the case, then obviously we can build something better, and I think we can all become better people in the process. I don't think we need
I
to
think that's
stay
been
terrible.
Sorry, I was gonna say I think that's been kind of the thing that's been fought on from the beginning, especially with Mercedes and Z, is that they're trying to say that this isn't like where Cenk Uygur is saying, "Hey guys, we can come together with the fascists on all of the things that we agree on because we're all populists." Like it's not that. It's kind of the opposite, saying the leftists and liberals and like moderates at least have enough things that we agree on to get somebody like Kamala or a Democrat elected. And those agreements are enough for us to come together just for electoralism, not for like all of a time and eternity
Social
and that we'll never
everything.
disagree on anything. But yes, but the ultimate goal right now is to stop somebody like Donald Trump or JD Vance or whoever is next on down the line. That is the ultimate goal, is to get our people in, because the easiest time to make change is when you own, like when you're running
Hold
the country.
on.
The most social change happened under Obama.
Hold
right?
on, someone just said something very serious. I'm sorry to cut you off, Tom. Someone just said something very serious
Okay.
in the chat. I don't bend my morals to get someone elected. Not a single person is asking you to do that. I have not bended a single one of my morals. Like not a again, I have to remind you guys, I've been telling these people to unalive. I haven't.
Yes, ma'am.
There's not a single part of this conversation in which I have bent my morals in any regard. I don't think that you should bend your morals to appeal to conservatives. I think that's wrong. I don't think you should do that. But I don't. That doesn't mean that it's impossible for you guys to agree on anything. That doesn't mean that it's
Mercedes
impossible.
is gonna unalive because Tashika told us.
Anything that Tashika tells me to do at this point, I mean, yes, ma'am.
It's like, I don't know. It's
this all or nothing mentality, Tashika. Like it's an all or nothing mentality. The problem is there's baby steps.
But I haven't
and
even asked them to change. That's the thing.
No, I know, but that's the problem. It's not
changing.
what. Yeah, it's not what you're saying. It's the mentality that they have is like there's steps in a process to get to like an end or to get to a place that you'd rather be or whatever, and the steps are avoided and everyone thinks it's this huge leap, and it's always this all or nothing mentality with, well, if I can't have it all, then I just want nothing, and we don't want you. And it's like, this isn't life. This isn't how life works. Like, you got to grow up and realize that everything, you don't get everything all the time, all at once. That's just not how it works. It's a good movie, but that's about it.
We can revolt against. What does that even look like? What is revolt?
Well, I mean, yeah, I was about to say, we literally have CJ running around saying not to vote for Mondani because that gives people hope in electoralism again, and that what we need is.
Did you see my conversation?
We need to speed towards revolution. No, did you? You talked to them?
I actually talked to them. I think CJ and I had a pretty good conversation, but over time, I just felt like it started getting a little bit tone deaf because I think
before or after he said that.
Someone said Zoran Mondani is a perfect example of being a Zionist.
I would love to see that. Okay, I would love to see that.
But I don't know if it's recorded, but essentially we were having a good conversation, just trying to find out what each other's stances were. But then over time, I kept trying to reiterate that, look, rhetoric matters, right? And you guys can talk about dismantling the system, but I said, okay, you dismantle the system. What are disabled people gonna do? What are people with HIV gonna do? What are, you know what I mean? Like, when we talk about the fact that we're gonna be losing some people in this so-called revolution, it's going to be the blackest of us. It's going to be the disabled of us. You know what I mean? Those are gonna be the people to die. Not like able-bodied, like normative people. It's gonna be those people to go first. So the rhetoric you use cannot just be one of morals, right? You have to, like, the rhetoric you use has to be relevant. You can't just say, well, we're gonna lose some people to bad. Well, some bad, exactly. And that's all I was saying. And I just felt like I wasn't being heard in the way that I needed to be heard. Because like, do you think anyone is going to be willing to die for this? Really?
I mean, I'm going to
You
be
think,
honest.
you think
I
disabled
have this
people
problem
can
a
do
lot.
that?
I have a
And
problem a lot
yes.
when I talk to leftists where it seems like they call themselves Marxists and they know less about Marxism than I do. And I've tried listening to a bunch from CJ, and every time I listen to him, I truly think he knows like nothing about this, and he just knows the right buzzwords to use and the right slogans to say, but he
Well,
doesn't
I don't
actually
deny his
understand the
intelligence.
philosophy in and of itself. I'm not saying he's
Yeah.
unintelligent. I'm saying I don't think he actually knows what the philosophy is from like Marxism in and of itself.
Well, like, that's why I think we should keep talking to people like CJ. I don't hate the guy. I think he's very intelligent. I think like overall when I was having this conversation with these people that we like really got in like we got into it like overall with basic principles we all agreed on each other fully. Like fully. I just think again like the conversation I've been having with you guys is about strategy and how to get people to actually listen to you when you need them to listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I for some reason again just the fucking rhetoric is buns. The rhetoric
Yes.
is buns.
Good. Just to circle back, that is why your first prompt up there, it's all men is bad messaging. Like everything we've been talking about is like, it's all too exclusionary and it's just terrible rhetoric. It's terrible messaging. I mean, I
Wait,
get
and
that the point still stands, but like you could just change up the
for
messaging and still talk
for
about
people,
stuff.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk
Well,
over you.
Tom,
It's cutting out on my side. I'm sorry. It's the for people in chat over and over who keep saying like that all we're doing is just attacking the other side. This hasn't really been attacking. Like we are on the left. A lot of what we're talking about is like rhetorical strategy, how to pull people over, how to appeal to other people, talking about like pragmatism, how to actually benefit the left. Like these are conversations that we have to have. The majority of us, I believe, spend the majority of our time on platforms attacking the right, debating the right, trying to talk about all the horrible things that Trump is doing. But that doesn't mean that we can never have time where we do talk about strategy. And after losing the last election, I think this is one of the most important conversations that we all need to be having, because right now there isn't as much of a conversation about strategy for the left and more of a conversation about who's going to win the left to be able to enact their strategy once they win. And if that's what we're doing, is if we're going to continue to divide over these things between liberals and leftists, we're not going to win another election. We have to be able to get these things
Right.
done as a group.
I do sadly agree that a lot of our rhetoric on the left is just attacking the right. I think that we need to just have rhetoric that just goes out and doesn't have a particular I feel like in my mind, okay, I'm trying to put you guys in my head for a second, right? Like imagine like a cannonball, right? Not a cannonball, like a cannon and a cannonball, and then there's like a wall, right? And then the wall is like, hey, just give me a second, okay?
I
And
know
then
what you. This is
it's
funny.
just how I
Yeah.
rationalize my views. It's like, and then the wall is like right wing ideology, right? I feel like when we load up these cannons, we can also be attacking the wall like specifically, right? And hitting the wall, right? But I also feel like we could also have ourselves a cute little trebuchet, right? That isn't specifically supposed to hit the wall, but to go over it. But it is to be general, right? I feel like too much of our rhetoric is just completely against specific people on the right and not just showing a different side of things or showing a different conceptual understanding of things. You know what I mean? I just feel like I don't know what the word is. English is really hard. It's my second language. I don't know what the word is, but it's more like it's not something vague. I feel like vague has a negative connotation, but like how do right wingers do it? I think again it's like I think again it's like when right wingers show off this comfortable lifestyle. This comfortable lifestyle. Oh, I'm with my husband. Oh, we have children. We're so happy. I'm Nora Smith. You know what I mean? Like I think when we have those aesthetics, those are things that are still attacking the right. But it's showing that these aesthetics and these things can still exist on this side without specifically saying anything. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if
Oh
I'm
yeah,
explaining it
you're
correctly.
explaining it great. I get exactly what you mean.
I don't know, but like it's, I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. My main issue is
Wow.
that they're saying that we're attacking the left. And again, we're not attacking the left. We are the left. We're all of us up here are on the left. We are criticizing ourselves. We're criticizing our own side. And in order for us to win in the future, again, we do spend the majority of our time attacking the right. But right now, we're more so talking about strategy and how we think things ought to be done.
Yeah. I don't
This
think I've ever
conversation's been
heard you
about
guys
just
attack.
finding common ground.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I've heard anyone attacking the left per se. Yeah, I think I think we can like critique ourselves without it attacking. Like I feel like a lot of you guys see this as like teams, like sports teams. It's not. It's like life or death for people. So I think it is within our best interests.
But and I think
to
you
try to
genuinely
do
believe
that.
that. So I think that we have a widespread issue within our party where they don't actually understand that it's life or death. Like the position I take, it does not make you money to take the unpopular stance. I don't do any of this for money. Like you could either, was in a perfect position to shill for the RNC. If I went down the total audience capture train, I could have shilled for the DNC. Who knows, whatever. I've taken the most unpopular stance because I do believe it's life or death. And I think that you genuinely believe it's life or death. And that's why you're willing to have these conversations with these people. Whereas like the rest of them are like, no, I don't want to talk. I don't want to converse with anyone. I don't want to build any kind of electoral power.
Of course, if it's not their job, then it's not their job.
It's
Like,
our
this
job.
is something I've
Yes,
applied
but
myself.
but they can't sit there when they sit there and try to take us down for doing this. That's when I don't believe that they actually think it's life or death. Because if they did, they'd be like, okay, well, maybe I have traumas from these people, like the right wingers. I can't talk to them, but hey, there's this group who can go talk to them because it is life or death. And I'm glad you said
Right.
that.
But I think also for you guys, I think you should establish more. I think it's also your responsibility to try to establish more trust. Like I think Mercedes, I don't think you should be telling people that you think you're stupid, right? Because then people are super not going to trust you. You know what I mean? Like why would anyone trust you to talk to a conservative if you just conceded that you don't know what the fuck you're talking? Like no, you know what I mean? I think that's valid. I think that there are some optics that I would say that you guys would need to change before, because again, like I'm gonna be so real with you.
Before you join us,
People can say that Destiny is like awful, but he is capable of having these conversations, right? He is. But like again, like it's more about like your ability to do so, and I think you should, if you genuinely believe that you can do this, you shouldn't posture yourself as like a dumbass.
oh yeah, that's just me getting fed up
but
and
Mercedes-
acquiescing to what they're saying. So like when they're in my comment sections calling me a dumbass constantly, I'm like, all right, I'm a dumbass, I'm stupid, but like it's just to get them to get off my back. But I get what you're saying.
It doesn't
100%.
make me get off your back because now you're like conceding, like it's
No, but now you're
like,
but now you're in my live and we're talking.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it does make you a lot more approachable if you're not sitting and talking about, like, posturing about how much smarter you are than everybody else. It does make people a lot more approachable. It makes it to where people are a lot more willing to come and talk to you. This is something that, like, lots of days when I'm sitting up here on my stream and I have, like, a chat full of hundreds of, like, conservatives, and I'm sitting here like, which one of you idiots want to come debate me? Let's go. I'll take you right now. Like, nobody ever calls in. But if I'm sitting here like, that's interesting. I don't know if you want to call in and explain that to me. I'm willing to hear you out. I don't, if you had like evidence for that. I've never heard this idea before. I'll have like people just flooding in all of a sudden. Like I'm very open to what it is they have to say, and then we get into like a much more in-depth.
It's because the chance that
afterwards.
you'll accept anything is like again that slippery slope that people are afraid of, that you might change your stance and become more right wing, which is understandable. But I think you should just prove that won't happen.
But
someone
correct.
commented.
I think
in
it
the
is.
chat,
We should
right.
be open to it, though. I think
Right,
that
no,
is the
well, you
problem.
wouldn't be
Though,
able to
is
have
that
the
people are saying
conversation
you
if you
should
weren't.
never be open to go moving right, and I'm saying, well, no, I am open to it. If they turn out to be correct, I would move over there. I just currently don't believe that to be the case, and I'm willing to like defend my position.
Well, people don't believe in party switches, Tom. Anyway, so like I think well,
That is
somebody
so crazy to
commented-
me because
Yeah.
just so you know, in New Zealand, like we just go from, depending on what the country needs in a moment, we kind of can easily vote Labour, which is our like left wing party, or we vote National because right now we need some fiscal like consideration and they're more conservative in that area. Sometimes that's what the country needs. Like, it is so normal here to not wrap up our identity in our vote, and our vote swings all the time. We're in the middle and we're just moving all the time. Left, right, doesn't matter. No one even talks about it. No one cares. You guys have just wrapped up identity so heavily in politics that, and it makes sense, but it is a little bit to the detriment of like just functionality.
Right, there's like, it's not impossible for there to be like a Republican that's progressive. It's just a fucking name.
Yeah.
But someone commented in the chat that they said you don't attack the right at all. You attack leftists because we don't pander to y'all. I don't think that's what's been happening in this conversation. With all due respect,
they said they were talking about me and Mantis.
I don't think it's necessary to be attacking the right now, because we're not the right. We're not in the right. We attack it by like hearing misinformation and then correcting it, and then that's it. But we cannot infiltrate the right. Like, if we're on the left, we're not going to be able to infiltrate the right because we're not on the right. There's nothing to attack. But when you're in the left, you're going to be around these issues more often. You are going to be talking about leftist issues more often. You're going to be talking about progressivist issues more often. I don't understand why there needs to be like an equal firing towards, the leftists, and then also like, what? I don't understand. Do you think like someone like Martin Luther King wasn't like completely and utterly obsessed with the optics of his own civil rights movement? He was. Exactly. It's like one of the main things that drove him to fucking insane. He was more focused on how we were perceived than what we were doing to white people. It wasn't
and he talked about liberals too. He talked about the moderate liberal a lot, and he was talking about the left a lot and how they ought to be as well. Mm-hmm. But also, just to clear it up, they said that they were mostly talking about me and Mantis. And again, I just want to make this, I said it a million times in my videos. I said it a million times on my lives. I was not here to attack the left. I was never here to go after the left. The left was attacking me. And I wasn't going after the left. I was going after specific content creators. I never made a video on one of them if they hadn't made 5 on me already at that point. And so, yes, I was just replying to people, not like leftistism as a whole, but people with specific ideas.
MLK was. I'm not saying that MLK was a part of a particular party. I'm saying that like there was the civil rights movement, and then there was white tea people. He was obsessed with how the civil rights movement was behaving the most before they even ever attacked whatever was
civil rights movement.
Before they even attacked what the white people were doing. That's like the most important thing. If you don't know what's going on over here, then I don't see how you would even be able to attack what they're doing. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you should have the most criticisms for your side, especially if you're against what's happening on the other side. I don't think that's insane.
It is true that Trump doesn't do much attacking his own side. Even more recently, his post about like getting upset with everybody about the stuff with Epstein is very rare. And that's true, but we perceive ourselves to be morally superior to them. We perceive ourselves to be better than them. And if I'm fighting for a side, I want to be fighting for a side that is morally superior. I don't want to fight for the side that's just as bad as them, that is just as much of an echo chamber, that is just as much willing to lie and steal and slander. I don't want to fight for that side. If we're no different than them, I don't want to be us either. So I want to be on the side that actually critiques themselves, who wants to improve themselves, who wants to get better.
Necessary, but most done behind closed doors, not in public. I guess this is.
I don't think we're not.
This isn't a part of that.
The left. This hasn't been attacking.
I don't think any conservative is going to hear this and be like, the left is eating themselves alive. Like,
no,
I don't think any conservative is going to hear this and think that like.
They're watching this conversation.
We're talking about the fact that we want to work with the left. This whole thing has been about the fact that we want to work with the left. This has not been a divisive
thing. From an ex-conservative standpoint, yes, from an ex-conservative standpoint, if I stumbled upon this live, I would have been like, whoa, these people are base. Like, who are these folk? And I would have followed every single last one of you guys. This conversation is exactly the stuff that the right needs to hear. And
exactly. You can't reach people behind closed doors. Like, yeah, I think the deeper stuff, like the actual like deep strategy of it all, should be discussed behind closed doors. So we'll be able to put it out before they can counter it. I think it's always a battle like that. But like, I just wouldn't see how, like, if I were to put myself in a rational conservative shoes, if this conversation wouldn't at least be a slight breath of fresh air.
It would
to
be,
hear
yeah.
that there aren't, like, that there's, like, genuine conversation going on. And if there's anything that, like, if there's any context that you guys think that we're missing, that we can expand our horizons on, then I think you should tell us. I think it's wrong to keep us, like, intellectually stunted if you think you have extra information that would make our stance even more, like, even better. Because again,
well, the problem I have with this is even by, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you finish. I didn't remember that much.
Classic Tom.
I was going to say, the problem that I have with this is that if you're going to come in and even say that we're wrong for criticizing the left, you're also criticizing the left when you do that. You understand that? Like, if you actually held this position that you don't criticize the left, you wouldn't be coming in and telling us not to do this thing. Well, we're not leftist, but we're Democrat liberals, like, whatever. We're fighting for Democrats and Democrat positions. And so that is what, again, we're talking mostly about electoralism and electoral strategy, getting somebody who is a Democrat into office. And so, yes, it is about, like, the left side of the aisle.
Guys, how are we feeling about the third party Elon Musk thing? This could be brilliant. He's going to, like, I agree it's never going to happen, but I think it's going to be good for Democrats if he's ballsy enough to try it, because it's going to rip away their votes.
And split the Republican vote, especially with what's going on right now. Ooh!
Oh, it's going to be so good, dude.
If Democrats could just, like, lock in for 3 seconds, okay? I think the move they made where they were like, hey, guys, we're going to hold a vote for you to release some files, and then every Republican was like, nah. That was a great move. That was
so good.
Chess move. They didn't have to do that. That was a top-tier chess move.
I was surprised. I was hoping they were going to do that.
If they keep locking in, because I keep saying this, right? When you have a trifecta, right? Sure, you're able to, like, bulldoze through policy, but you won't have anyone else to blame it on. And so when you have this majority in every fucking seat, right, you are giving the other side the win, because the second you fuck up, especially on something as big as this. Oh, Tom, are you talking? Or are you talking to chat?
It's probably talking to stream, yeah.
It is, top tier chess right there. That's a top tier chess move.
So I was so proud of them when they did that. I honestly thought they were going to drop the ball and not do that. And then I was so proud of them. I'm like, this is the shit. Yes, jump on this crap. Like, take all these opportunities. It's perfect. The way you win is really just to wait for the other side a lot of the time to make the mistakes. So it was really good.
We don't love Elon, but think of it as, like, I don't know. No. I love the movie Transformers. So, like, think of it when in the end of the Transformers movie, we're near the end, right? We have Optimus Prime, and then was it Transformers 2, I think? You have Optimus Prime. This is how my brain works. You have Optimus Prime, and then you have Megatron, and then you have what was the Einstein of the fucking Transformer? I keep forgetting his name.
I only know isn't there, like, Bumblebee or something? I don't know anything about these people.
It wasn't Bumblebee. It was, I don't know. It was the red guy, but I'm just gonna call him the red because I keep forgetting his name. I don't know why. But that guy is, like, he's fighting Megatron, and Megatron's getting fucked up. Right? He getting fucked up. And then one of the humans, I mean, no, he's not fighting Megatron. Fuck.
You're doing really great.
Optimus Prime is fighting the big red Transformer, right? Who he thought was on his side, but betrayed him. And then Megatron in the back, he fucked up, right? And then the human goes up to him, he was like, yo, you can let bro bitch you out like that? He's gonna take all your power. And so Megatron's like, nah. And so Megatron runs up, murks the other guy, and is about to murk Optimus Prime. And Optimus Prime's like, nah, rips this shit clean off, right? That's what it's like, where it's like it comes out in an ultimate victory because now they're tearing each other apart. Do you guys see? Mm-hmm. Do you guys see what I'm talking about?
Yes, I see the vision. It's visualized for me now. Like, I can see exactly.
I need you guys to watch Transformers 2, and when you see that scene, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay?
I'm locked in.
I love Transformers, by the way. Thank you.
Great. Wow. I'm like I feel like I'm on cloud nine right now.
Yeah, you need to be getting in some ops and actually going for it now.
I just am like
So I think also, oh my god, did you guys know that like parts of the Transformers movies were filmed near my house? It's like it was filmed like under the bridge down the street from my house. I was like, oh my god! Oh, sorry.
Did you get
road
to see
trip.
it being
We were
filmed?
taking a road trip, field trip to Tashika's house, so you can tour us on the
I was
Transformer.
it's a little bridge of that it's like where like the trains go to carry like products and stuff, and they filmed it under it. They filmed like one of the chase scenes under it. Oh, it was so good. I was kicking my feet. It was so good. It was so good.
You're about to get the
anyway.
live taken down for saying Transformer.
It's the movie TikTok.
That might be true, actually.
Am I allowed to ask like what state it was or what state that is? I don't want to like.
Yeah, I live in Philly. It was filmed in South Philly, at the university and stuff like that, and I live near there. It's pretty great. Hell yeah.
Okay, I've got to go, guys. I am going to eat. So, but thanks for having
Later,
me,
Mantis.
Mercedes.
Bye, Mantis.
Thanks to everyone. Thanks, Tashika. Bye.
Hey,
Goodbye.
Mantis.
Bye.
Did I get any merch? I'm actually thinking of buying it's a new hyper obsession for me right now. So I'm thinking of buying because of a what's it called, like a figure, but I want to get one of the expensive ones, and I know a place in New York that has some really good ones, so I'm thinking about going there. It's like $120, but you know, I'll get it. I also want to get one of the I do have a couple figurines. I want to get some more like Inuyasha pop figures as well. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway.
I'd send you one for your birthday. A pop figure. I don't know what that is, but I'd find it and I'd send it to you. I'm gonna just I'm going to unironically glaze you forever now, and you'll never be able to escape the Mercedes Tashika glaze.
Oh dear. Well, if you're gonna send me anything, if you could send me the Chaos Emeralds,
Let me
I've
put
been
that down
saving up
right
to
now.
buy life-sized versions of the Chaos Emeralds, all 7 of them. I have them in my I actually could buy them now. I'm acting like they're like $1,000. They're like maybe like $200 altogether.
Wait, is this a diamond stone thing? This is what it's pulling up. I'm straight up.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What
color?
I love Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, I want to get all of them. I want
okay.
all 7 Chaos Emeralds.
Okay. And this is that in the shopping?
But I
section?
want the life-size versions. Thank you.
When you say life size, is like, are they? What do they look like?
Like big as shit in your hand. I mean, like it needs its own stand. I have some in my what's it called? In my cart on Amazon, and the only reason I haven't bought them yet is because I don't know where I want to put them. I don't know where I want to hang them up. I don't know if I want to like hang them from my ceiling. Oh, maybe I can hang them from my ceiling with the flowers.
What is that
Perfect.
from? What are they from?
Amazon.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, okay. So they're called Big Chaos Emeralds.
Tashika's getting bought out. Let's go.
No, I love Tashika.
Tashika.
I'm a big stan.
Tashika joins the UFA tour for
Sonic.
7 Chaos Emeralds.
Wait, if I call you a bunch of names, you're gonna buy me stuff too?
Only Tashika.
God.
It's only Tashika. I will now have an unhealthy obsession. Chaos.
Oh, that's
Emerald.
fucking funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I've been glazing you in private for the past ever since that live. I've just been like,
Oh, dear.
what the hell? Like
how's
you
Kyla?
rocked my entire world, and I didn't even know what to do about it, and I've just been like mentally short circuiting ever since. Kyla's doing good. Kyla is, I think she's streaming right now.
Where is she
Again,
streaming?
that's
YouTube?
what I
YouTube.
expected. I was sitting and watching it the whole time. That was exactly what I expected from her. I'd said it numerous times, like with my chat, is that there's lots of times where I saw somebody would say something about Tashika, and somebody else, I'm not going to call out any names, but lots of times other people would go, some white person would go up and defend Tashika, and the whole time I would think, that's such a horrible defense. This is so dumb. And then Tashika would come after and be like, nah, fuck that noise. This is what it is. And I'm like, okay, all right, that makes way more sense. Like this is funny. But it would also be that the other white person would pretty consistently be like terrified to disagree with Tashika or or state
Yeah, I
something
don't know
different.
why they're so afraid of me.
Really?
I've just always been like people. Oh please, I've always been like this. Like in real life, people are not. Actually, no, that's a lie. That's a
Yeah.
lie. I think that's one of the. But it's not. I don't think it's because I've done anything specific. I think people just don't know how to talk to Black people, and I also think I'm a very. But I think more than that, like I'm and specific on like racial topics, not just in general. But like, I also I can concede that I am a quite intense person, and I think that's a lot for some people.
It's
Well, I think
okay.
most of us are. I think most of us are. Like it's kind of part of streaming or being like a character online.
I guess I think a lot of time people feel I don't know if it's like disproportionate because it's the internet, but like that's always kind of how I've been. Like I've always grown up with people being not like afraid of me or having like an aversion, but people I've just always been intense to people around me. I've even had people come up and be like they're scared to look me in my eyes because they would say my eyes are like demon's eyes, which might be a compliment.
Well,
That
I just
it's
this is look. You can tell me if I'm like totally getting this wrong, but I know that a lot of times when I would disagree with you or other people, almost every time the first argument that was made when they would come up is from white people would be, "You're disagreeing with a Black woman right now. Do you realize
yeah,
that
that's
you're
dumb.
disagreeing with a Black woman?" And so then lots of times, what I would see you on other panels, I would see like a list of white people, and they would be sitting there talking about, "Yeah, I'm not going to vote for Kamala Harris and support the colonization and the system and blah blah blah," and then you would come in and be like, I want to improve people's lives right now, so even if Kamala isn't like the ideal best thing ever, I still want something better, and that Black people will be much better off with her as president than they will as with Trump. And so I would just rather that. And they like all just don't say anything. And I'm thinking, you guys have all been like totally railing on how horrible it would be to vote for Kamala this
Yeah.
whole time. And then Tashika comes in and says the opposite. And not one of y'all are going to say a word. You're just sitting there just dumbfounded the whole time. It was, yeah. So I've
And I
seen
think
it over
I
and
think
over.
Tashika, but I think like okay, so like in all of the previous lives, I think Tashika was like I don't set up for failure in a way that other people would come in and they would set like a horrific scene, and then like the discourse just wasn't even, like I wasn't even open to what anyone had to say because I just like painted everyone on like it, like who incorporated themselves into like leftist spaces to be the same. But then when I was in that live with Kyla and Tashika started cooking against her own side, and like it was just like the logical consistency presented itself, and I said, "Oh, no, this person's actually based." Like when I tell you the
Well,
whole
just to be
entire
clear,
house,
it shouldn't. With
the whole
almost
house was
anybody else, it
screaming.
shouldn't have been cooking. It shouldn't have been cooking. It should
It
have
was
been like
cooking.
the most normal thing to say.
It's a five
And it
course
was just
meal.
wild that it was ever even like disagreed with that you should be consistent, like, or have principles. Like that was just, yeah,
It
it
was
was
so,
weird.
Well, yeah,
but so when
I
you're
went back and
starved,
listened to that live. It was really bad, actually. It was actually much worse than I remember it. Like, it was really fucking bad.
no, it
Holy
was
shit.
incredible. It was the whole entire house that I was in. Like everyone was like freaking out over you. We were like, "What the fuck? This is Tashika." And then it was like, especially because all of us are like starved from rationale, and we just don't even know what's going on because the left will be like, the just hypocrisy. It's too much. And then you came in and you like said, "No, I'm not going to be a hypocrite." And then we all
And it was a
just
bunch of drunk women.
yeah, and we just didn't
Yeah.
even know what to do. Yeah, and we were all like, we were all completely, yeah, too. So it's good.
Oh, that reminds me. Let me crack open a cold one real quick. Hold on.
Oh, I should do that too. I should actually do that.
Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna,
Perfect.
I'm gonna grab something. Wow. Oh, I
Anyway.
heard that.
So, so I get these. What are they? Cayman Jack? Yeah, they're really good. They taste like melted popsicles. But yeah, I don't know. I think we had a good conversation. I'm very proud that I was able to connect with you guys today. I think we were able to have a good conversation. I think we all got to see a side of each other that can lead to some possible better partnerships in the future.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad you hopped on. I was hoping that I would get a chance to talk to you again. So I'm glad you
sure.
hopped on.
Z's
sure.
like, join us, Tashika.
Oh, I'm getting messages. Oh, hold on.
Are you in trouble? Oh, normally, actually, when I'm on a panel and somebody's getting messages, normally I'm the one who's in trouble.
You're the one in trouble when somebody else is getting messages?
Yes, that's normally the way it works. Every time I jump on a panel, somebody's like, everybody hold on 1 second, I'm getting some messages, and then they come back and they're like, this guy's getting dropped.
I guess I haven't been around long enough for anybody to hate me that
guys,
much.
wait. Tashika, they're gonna try to hold Tashika accountable for this.
No, I expected that like 5 minutes in.
People,
I thought
people aren't mad at me. I'm just I don't even want to say what's going on. Hold on.
I guess I haven't been around long enough for people to hate me that much. If anybody says anything about me, it's gone the next day, so I don't know.
It's okay, Mojo.
We traded the red hat for the fake woke accent. Congrats. What is a fake woke accent?
What is a woke accent?
I'm sorry. Maybe this is unnecessary to say. I feel like Allison's being really dramatic right now.
Thank God you said it.
I feel like I feel like this is really childish, and
She's
I
been
don't
doing lives about me for 2 days now.
Yeah.
Really?
But I don't feel like this.
Yes.
I don't feel like this warrants like just me talking to people or them making like a passing joke at you. Like Z making a passing joke warrants an entire live stream. Like,
yeah,
don't take it personally. I've watched her have 3 conversations. One with you and like Mercedes and all them. One with Mercedes. One with Mantis. And 4, and then one with me. In all 4 of those, she started getting emotional, ended the call, and then went live again crying. And
this is what I say.
She did that.
This is why I get so upset, because these people, I really don't think they you have made so leaps and bounds of progress within this conversation, and I think these people they do not want progress, and I don't understand it, because even if you try to make that progress, they'll write it off as coddling the enemy, even though, again, you hate my guts, I'm going to buy you infinity stones or whatever they're called, but it doesn't mean anything. So.
Well, yeah, I don't have any personal issues with Allison. I just personally feel like it cheapens the overall conversation. Like, I don't think I just personally don't feel like one comment from Zico and Sanchez should qualify an entire live stream. And is it true that this live stream started out about me?
This live? No.
No,
not this live. Allison's live.
The very first one?
The one
Is
from
it
today, Chris said they
Or they were just
opened
talking
up
about me?
the live in response to you. So that's what Chris said.
I didn't say anything. I genuinely. I'm getting drunk.
Well, together we could do it together.
I genuinely just don't see the point in. Like, I feel like if I had the exact same conversation with Allison that I had with you guys, that she would agree just as easily.
Someone tell her to come over here. Someone go grab Allison.
Obviously, I'm just going off of. I have people from my Discord in that live like texting me what's going on. So if they're wrong, I'm just going off of that. But it's like I'm not like upset. Like I just think it really halts really good progress. And I just feel like some conversations are, cheap in nature. I don't think we need to do all this.
And Stan,
It doesn't need to be like a beef.
yeah. And Stan, did Allison say anything about joining us? Do you know if she'll join us? Talk to our queen Tashika over here. Anson said, "Hey."
I doubt that would happen. Not right now.
She doesn't want to, but it's so productive. Like, why can't we just
I apologize. It's not Allison. Allison's not saying anything crazy. I'm sorry.
She said she's not going to do it.
It's the chat. It's the chat that's blowing things out of proportion, not Allison per se.
No, she's over there, but she said that she's not going to do it because she's not going to give you views. So
Give me Give me or Mercedes views. I don't need views.
She just said I'm not going to give them the views. So
Doesn't she have like 12K followers?
I think it's like 17 now.
I don't know.
I think she's got like 19 or something like that, but a lot of them are off videos. So,
That's not
or
what she
lives.
said. Okay.
She said 1v1. 1v1 who? Is it me versus Allison or Tashika?
That's probably me.
Wait, what are we debating? Are they debating what? I just don't see. This doesn't need. We're not. None of us are arguing. Why are we arguing? I don't understand.
I don't understand either, because this whole thing started because I asked her to remove my town from her video. That's literally like what triggered all this.
It's fine. It's fine if she doesn't want to be on. I don't care about that. I truly don't care about that child. I just feel like this is allowing for a lot of the good conversation that we had previously to be very muddied, and I don't want that. Like, there is good that can come out of the situation. I just don't want for whether it's her or the chat to muddy and cheapen the very good and well-meaning conversation that we had. I just don't think
Guys,
There's plenty of time.
Just to be clear for everybody who keeps saying she's focused on the finances, please don't buy that. Like, the finance things have been explained numerous times. If she actually was interested in it, she would have seen this stuff already, but she's like harping on the fact that money went to Z's organization, which has been explained so many fucking times. Like, it was explained in the last two events. Yes, if she actually was worried. And she's never even given that explanation. She's never even said, well, this is what Z said, the last two times. She never even says that. She just keeps saying, this is so weird, isn't it? It's crazy, isn't it? I'm just asking questions. I'm not saying anything. But isn't that crazy that this is going here? She literally did the same thing to me where she made a whole video trying to make me out to be a PDF. And then when we called her out on it, she said, well, no, I made a second video, said, here's the added context that got like 1/10 of the views. And then came on here and was like, no, I put out 2 videos. I put out the context in a separate video. I was never calling you a PDF. I don't think that of you. But also, it's weird, isn't it? Right? Like, I was just asking questions because it was weird. I was like, you're doing the thing, dude. You're doing the thing.
Somebody said in the comments that they want us to like unlock and talk about finances. We literally have. Like, our organization doesn't even make any money. Like, we literally all the money that we make, we spend on the trips around the country. We're not a Charlie Kirk organization. Like, we haven't even raised $1 million yet.
And like Z, I'm gonna take it like, for example, like the creators raised not enough money to cover this last tour stop. It ended up costing like $39,000. I think Z, honestly, I mean, for the most part, she ends up like, she just forks for the shit because it's a passion project. She never had to do this in the first place. I'm pretty sure this woman is losing money on funding liberals to just travel across America right now, simply because that's how much she cares about trying to stop Charlie Kirk. And I just don't understand.
I simply don't.
Just real quick, the main answer that they're looking for is that every event is not funded by the money that's coming in at the time. The money that's coming in at the time funds the next event. And so the event that they just had was funded by the one. Yes, and so the event that they just had was funded by the one with Dean and Parker. The one with Dean and Parker was funded by an event before that with, I think, Bernie Sanders or something like that. But these are all like, so the money goes to her organizations, and then that later funds the next event. That is the answer that she's looking for. That is the explanation that's been given every time, and that's why, like, it's weird that like she hasn't even even mentioned that.
I think all I've said, and I think I said that in the previous live stream with like Kyla, when all Kyla said was, hey, like, if you've reported it to the IRS, if it looks weird and you report it to the IRS, and it's in the IRS's hands. And I also agree with Kyla when she says that this can put, like, if it is the case that Z hasn't actually committed a crime, I feel like you've just, sent a bunch of shit towards her for no reason. And I feel like that's just unnecessary. I think it would be safer and a little bit more reasonable to wait for the results, because I just don't see how this wouldn't make you look super bad as a person if you get a letter back from the IRS or whatever, and it's like, yeah, there's no fraud here. What are you gonna do? Like you're just gonna redact all your most popular videos? Like what are we gonna do? Like I just think that I do understand what like people like Kyla mean when it's like, oh, this is like really irresponsible and can cause some like serious unnecessary harm. Even if you believe that like Z is like a terrible person or whatever, I don't think that means you need to like accuse her of a federal crime.
Yeah.
I appreciate that because it honestly, there's a way to grift in this, and it is not through a pack against Charlie Kirk. It's through like a pack or like one of those like huge organizations that will literally just funnel as much money as you want, like into anything, right? But we're not going to sell out like that. Like we really want to take on Charlie Kirk. And the Republicans, by the way, I can't say much, but will and perhaps even maybe are like suing us. So there's also that aspect too of like we got to have some money in reserves because they're going to do everything they can to drain us and take us down.
Yep. They're notorious for that behavior.
But yeah, this is again. I mean, just this has been my whole experience with her. I understand other people like I've been friends with her, and I'm not saying this about her entire character, but my entire experience with her has been when I found out who she was. I found out that she had been 2 weeks into every single live stream being just about me and making up shit about me, that she had numerous videos where she was obviously putting out a very blatant message about me being a racist or being a PDF or being this, that, and the other. But then every time she was confronted on it, she would say, no, I wasn't saying that. I was just saying that these videos were weird. That's all I said. It's just that it's weird. It's just strange. That's all. It's just a little weird. You're literally doing the just asking questions thing. That's all you're doing. You're just trying to imply something without actually putting your backbone behind it and standing on it, so that when we challenge you, you don't have anything to back it up. You're going to just immediately be like, oh, no, I wasn't even saying that. That's crazy that that's what you got from it. Oh, so weird. But then still keep implying it anyway. So that has been every single interaction I've had with her, and it's been kind of frustrating.
Wow. I mean,
I just find this to be really unfortunate. I think there's a genuine conversation that can be had. I just don't know if they're receptive. I'm sorry, just quick question. Can Allison not get in trouble for this?
I mean, technically, I
like
mean,
people could sue her if that's what you mean. Yeah, of course.
100%.
That's what I was telling her in the live. Like, can't Z like if
and
it
the trail behind
no fraud.
Yeah, the trail is huge. I mean, like the case that Z could make against Allison is ridiculous because I mean, there's only like 20 to 30 plus
about
videos.
Like a whole case where she has to like pay out a bunch of money to Z. I just mean like, would you even have enough money to like incur the court costs itself? Like, I just don't think that's something you want to deal with.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's worth it. It's better just wait for a second so you're not like, so she can't sue you at all.
Exactly. Put in the IRS request and then wait for a response. And if something comes of it, then go ahead and it's not defamation. But if something doesn't come from it and you've spent, the past, 4 months now, like crying on this tour and then accusing Z of all of these crimes, that's fucked.
Proving damages though would be super hard in that. It'd be. Really
I don't think we'd have problems. I don't think we'd have problems proving damages.
That's what I was referring to.
But I don't even think we'd have problems
the court cost
proving
itself
that.
Would be too much.
Yeah, the court cost too. But like when we look at like donations, like if you saw like a decrease in donations because of like videos like this or something like that, I don't know. But regardless, like Tashika said, even the court costs would be.
Most of the time, it's not worth it. I've gone through it a couple of times. It's rarely worth it.
I'm sorry. I'm drunk. I'm bad at social cues. I'm sorry. I was just saying we just also be operating with the full information in mind, just to keep like even if we think that Z's a terrible person, I just don't think we should Marie Antoinette her. I don't think that makes any sense. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean when I say Marie Antoinette. Give context, chat. When Marie Antoinette was executed, before she was executed,
the guillotine.
They would like accuse
Yeah.
her of a bunch of terrible things that she did not actually commit, simply because she was going to be unalived anyway. And they were like, oh, she had sexual relationships with her son. And before, she was actually, she was like, yo, that's wild. And they did it anyway. But that's why I call it like Marie Antoinetting. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Makes sense.
I think she'll come
Like, even
around.
if
I
you
think
don't
she
like
would be
someone,
willing.
doesn't mean you need to like
I think
lie.
she. I think she'd be willing to come around, but I think these conversations need to continue happening.
Yeah, I think
What
she'd be
happens
willing to
next?
come around if Tashika led the charge because I mean she's told me like she
Yeah.
really respects Tashika. So I feel like this is what I say. Like if we can just make Tashika the face of like the leftist community, and you can just be like the what is it the communicator or something. I mean, leaps and downs could be had here if we had a rational representative, and that is she's on the panel right now. Someone said yikes. Why is that? Why is that yikes?
I don't know. I'd be willing. I don't know what I don't know what the conversation would be, per se. I don't know I would have to ask what the disagreement is, specifically, because I don't think I've done anything egregious up here. But maybe I can talk to her.
Oh, and I mean even just like the whole entire like so do you in these like left wing spaces I know there was like some dumb drama with like Dean and Parker initially, but like are you well received in left wing spaces, or do they try to tell you your opinion isn't valid, or like
Yes, all the
how did
time.
that your opinion
Well,
isn't
it's
valid?
definitely, well, to be fair, like, I have to be really serious. The issues that I have with Daniel Parker is definitely like not dumb and small. That's actually like a huge issue that I have with these spaces, is the complete and utter downplaying of my experiences with them, and how much it has deeply traumatized me. I still have to get treatment. And it has completely reshaped the way in which I interact with these two. Like, it's not, and it's really not an easy story to tell. I can't tell the story without like a teeth chattering panic attack, genuinely. I don't even like looking at their faces, because I do genuinely get like flashbacks, So I don't, I know you didn't do it on purpose. I just don't appreciate when people boil it down to just TikTok beef that hurts me. But I'm not well received. I mean, like, I don't know how I would determine well received, but like in certain spaces, in those spaces, I'm not like well received. But in my
That's
space,
crazy.
obviously I am. Because I have responses to things that people don't like, and I don't have all the same, like, I don't have any issue punching down. You know what I mean? Like, I just, these are just not things that I value. And I just don't, I've never really fit in. That's not really a goal that I have,
To the
per
person
se.
who said you did it to yourself, I'm sorry, but I'm banning you. I'm
Oh,
sorry. You ain't gonna do that to our queen. Oh, fuck no. Yeah.
I don't think I'm mean to people without reason. I think I'm just again, a very intense person. And a lot of the way that I speak comes off as rude, because I do speak in a very authoritative accent. That's just, if you speak to anyone in my family, we all speak the exact same way. It's genuinely just how I talk. Ask anyone around me. When you get me in that zone, I speak in a very authoritative manner. As well as like, I am also a very emotional person. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. And so when people do or say things that upset me, I am very open when I am upset. And when I am enraged by something, people typically know when I'm enraged. And I don't really, you call people ugly old, exactly, 100%. Oh, hell yes. I just said this. I have no issue punching down. If during a conversation I'm realizing that this person, there's no use getting through to this person, there's also I don't know if you're being sarcastic. There's also like an entertainment aspect to my live streams as well. If I realize that there's no longer a good conversation for us to have, I'm just gonna clown the shit out of you. I'm just
Yeah, and
like,
I think you punch down with like a bunch of people who are hypersensitive to it. But like I don't know if you've noticed with me, sometimes you'll punch down at me all the time, and I'm just like, Tashika, because
but then
I
I'll do it
see
to Manfish and she'll
yes,
call
yes.
me a bitch.
Well, and it's because I understand that's the person you are, and I just accept you regardless because I think that you are extremely valid in your points, and then I think that you have like a great perspective on things, and I think that you like actually want to have productive conversations. So you could punch down on me all day long, and I just would I just yours I think you're so much more productive than that. Like I'm not going to sit there and discredit and throw Tashika out because I've realized really quickly that you have a lot of credit behind the things that you say, and I think that people are just too sensitive and they can't handle the fury of Tashika. So
Yeah, I think people on this app are just particularly really dramatic. Um, like everyone treats everything like it's the worst thing known to man. Um, and I kind of fell into that myself, where I was like treating everything like it was super serious. But then I kind of realized, like, I think the biggest thing was when I made friends that weren't on TikTok, who had real 9 to 5s in the real world, living real lives. And it's like looking out a window. Like even though like I have windows in my room, but being able to see how normal people who are not always online navigate through certain issues, it is not the same as the way that we navigate them here.
yeah,
It's just not. And so I think that has really changed my perspective on how to like handle certain situations. Um, but like, it really is what it is.
yeah. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people, and this is the first time I've talked to someone who like I considered an op, and then they came in, and I was like, I mean, I again since the last live, I have been a Tashika stan. I've been going into your debates, and I've been like, "Our Queen Tashika," and I'm like, I don't know if you've seen that, but no, it's just because I genuinely respect the fact that you're consistent and that you come in. I believe that you're 100% good faith. I think that you come to try to provide actual value in conversations, and it's just rare. It's rare.
Yeah, people just don't like that I'm mean. Sorry though.
I
I'm
love
not.
it.
I can't.
I love it.
I can't stop being mean. It's kind of like a reflex.
It's okay.
I try to be nicer over time. Try to calm down a little bit. Um, but yeah, like
It's
it's
okay.
it's the whole thing. But yeah, but that's just how I am, and I like that about myself. I
Co-
like that I'm pretty fast. So yeah,
Cosmic Mama said fake, not mean. Nah, Tashika's a real one.
I
It's
gotta
okay.
say, after a couple margaritas, you turn a lot nicer, though. That's kind of weird.
damn. Yeah, pour me a couple fingers of rye. It's all right. But yeah,
Even more so if you've had a couple margaritas too.
I know.
Jesus.
I'm.
More like four.
I
More like
didn't
four
think I
fingers.
was gonna be getting tipsy with Tashika, but like,
I think the time, maybe that's what
What's
we
the
need to do.
name of
Maybe we
the
just need to get
show?
a full room, get everyone drunk,
Literally someone you
and be
can have a
like,
beer with. Yeah.
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
guys, let's be serious for 3 seconds.
Z said,
Yeah.
"Let's do Vegas together for sure, for sure."
Hey, Tashika, there's your podcast, Tipsy with Tashika. You ought to just
Oh,
do
Hey,
that
I think that
podcast.
would be cute.
Tashika, would you do like okay? If would you do like a Sean Mike Kelly debate podcast like for
Who
digital
is Sean
society?
Mike Kelly?
He's like some I think he's some podcaster. He has like 12 million followers on Instagram. Can we take you with us?
Yeah, I don't know who that is
So
either.
like me and Z are set to do this podcast with him. He reached out to me in January and then reached out to me again, and now it's gonna be like me and Z. But like would you come with us to it? It would be you, me,
Wait,
and Z.
let me look him up. Maybe I know his face. I'm not good with names.
Sean, go to Instagram. That's where he's at. Like Instagram, it is Sean Mike Kelly.
Well, there's a bunch of people in chats that like going off about like people being mean and crap. Like the everybody that you guys like, all the content creators, they're all probably mean sometimes. They're all probably mean to people. I'm mean to people sometimes too. And so it's based on like your own perception sometimes, based on the people that you like. If somebody's mean to them, then you obviously will think of that person differently. But for people like me or even Mantis is like mean to lots of people and very like, crass sometimes and because we are mean to people lots of times, we also know that sometimes we come in too hot, and the fact that other people are mean to us lots of times means like we're willing to totally look at it as like as just part of the game, because that's what I think all of us are doing that from time to time, and there will probably be times in the future where Tashika and I are mean to each other again. It's just just doesn't the meanness in and of itself isn't everything.
Yeah, and I'd argue it's just like
You're like 15? How old is this person?
no, I think he's a lot older than that. I think
How is
he's
he? Does he have like? Is it a guy with curly hair? He looks like a
Yeah.
child.
I know,
He's a
I
teenager.
know. I think he's like 25 or 26.
What was his name again?
25.
Sean-
He's older than me? That's crazy.
Sean Mike Kelly. I'm just saying, like, because when I find people, and UFA will tell you this extensively, because I've like been doing like hella collabs with people who are either joined the tour or like when I find someone.
Oh,
Yeah, when I find someone who I believe their voice or they should have like a massive platform, I extensively reach out any kind of growth that I can. And that's why, like, if because someone in the chat was just like to Tashika on that podcast, what? But like, I come from the perspective of this.
Yeah, I'm down.
In this, I have realized that lo and behold, someone who should have a much, I'm not saying you don't have a large platform, but someone who should have a massive platform here. And I'm willing, like I said, that's why I instantly threw out my Instagram, because when I find people who actually want to like build bridges and communicate productively, oh fuck, I'll use every resource I have to build you up, simply because it's so needed. And it's just, I think the wrong people are getting massive platforms for no reason, where people like you get like ostracized, and it's completely unfair.
yeah, Destiny and Myron Gaines were just on that guy's show recently. He has a very different name on YouTube.
Yeah, I would do a podcast. I think I don't know, like on this space, my intentions have never really been I don't it's never really been to like center the audience. It's more to improve, to get to the top where I want to be. I don't really want like an audience that idolizes me. And again, they still, like, some of them still do that. And that, oh my god, and that kind of, that comes with the job.
You can't get away from parasociality.
Yeah,
I'm 100% parasocial now.
I've always tried to set my sights to, the people who I want to be around, and not just like the audience. And I feel like if that's the case, then like I'll just find the right audience. I feel like I love the people that I've built with so far. Genuinely, I know people. There are people in my audience who have been there since I like went by like Baby Bop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I do want to set my sights higher, and and go a little bit beyond, just like, I don't know. I'm too drunk to say a full fucking sentence right now. I can't.
I mean, in the message that you wrote about that I was reading, I think the first time we met, you say a bunch of times in that how proud you are of your community, how much you like of what like you built, and the people that follow you, the people that were in your Discord, and all of that, and you're going away from TikTok message. So you do seem to like your community a lot.
I do a lot. I think we've worked really, really, really well, and I think a lot of us have all grown together. Like, we've all grown together. Like, I've been able to have some really, really good conversations with people in my community. I give out my number to my supporters sometimes. Like, that's how that's how like close we begin to be a lot of the time. Like, like a lot of them have become a lot of my really close friends.
I've talked about. I was just talking about this the other day. It's actually mind blowing to me when I get canceled and I lose like a lot of my supporters. I'm actually like upset about it. Like, people that I know that don't like me anymore. Like, I'm kind of upset about it. But I've talked to like other people. Like, I remember having a conversation with Hunter Avalon when he switched from being very conservative to very liberal. And I asked him, I was like, so you lost like your whole audience and regained a whole new audience? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, is there anybody that you were like upset about leaving or not liking you anymore? He's like, no.
Oh, you spoke
and I was
to
like,
Hunter Avalon?
not even like, a mod, not even like, you know, somebody who
Oh.
was like a big part of your community. He's like, no, there was nobody. I was like, that, bro, I cannot, you've been doing this for like a decade. I can't imagine you
Dude,
not
when I was in
having a
high
single
school, I
fucking
would
person.
watch Hunter Avalon so much, like religiously
Really?
in high school.
Yeah,
Religiously.
I've done a number of things with him. When his wife was going through that whole scandal, she was on my show a couple
That
of
one thing, what was it,
times
last
talking
year or 2
about it.
years ago? When
Yeah.
are they still together? Are they still
No,
together?
that was part of the whole thing, is that they were getting a divorce, and then when they were getting a divorce, the guy who was talking to her was afraid that they were going to out him, so he outed everything first, and then while everything was blowing up, one day she just jumped on my show, because I have like an open call-in show where people who are like content creators are allowed to just jump right on. So she just jumped on, and all of a sudden I had thousands and thousands of people watching who were all there to hear what she had to say, and it was and then Andrew Wilson
I
jumped
was
on
thinking,
and
I
kind of
was
grilled her a little bit, but
I was talking about his new girlfriend when her ex-boyfriend
oh
was
no,
like,
not the
talking
one
to
when
her.
they got shot at. No,
Oh,
no, this is
that's
before that, when his
I
wife
didn't watch his content for a while, and then I saw that happened, and I was like, oh my god, like that's so. Yeah, I should check him out.
That was like 2 months after his wife
That
at
almost,
the time
yeah.
apparently started doing OnlyFans, and
Oh,
this was
what?
like a huge thing
Maybe
because
I'm
he always
You
used
gotta
the
be careful
fact
of
that
saying
even
that
though
though.
he was
TikTok will take you down.
so sorry,
OF.
you're right, okay, sorry, but yes, the it was a huge deal because Hunter always made a big deal about in his debates with conservatives about the fact that he had more of a conservative lifestyle than them. And so then when it came out that not only was there an open relationship, that she had the second job on the side, that there were like fivesomes and like peeing and all sorts of other stuff that was going on, that she that this became like a huge hypocrisy talking point from all of the right wingers. So they were all very happy about that.
Someone said Covey is live and she isn't happy about this. What in the
Please,
world?
please don't target her, please.
No.
As someone, look, as much as I think that like it's a bad thing to do. First of all, she's already apologized for it. If we're gonna bitch at fucking Tom, huh?
Has she?
Huh?
She's saying you're friends with Yahtzees.
Yeah.
Who are
If
you?
she's already apologized for it, I'm totally unaware.
Me?
In my chat, she came out and said that like there's
Hold
nothing
on,
wrong with this.
hold on.
She just
Hex is just going off saying that she's saying she is speaking about you right now for being here. What? You.
speaking about who?
And saying that you're befriending Nazis? This is just what someone named Fluffy and Hex is saying in the chat. That's
Oh,
okay.
whatever. I don't. I'm just saying. I don't think it's necessary to go after her. I just want to say, like, I'm gonna be real. Like, as someone on this, I get called the fucking N-word 24/7. I get slurred against, the misogyny, the sexism. There is a level, and that's why I never really listen to people when they talk about how mean I am or how rude I am. If you experience the type of things that I experience all the time when I put myself out there, you'd understand the amount of rage that comes out of me. You would, okay? And so if they were having a conversation, like when I was leaving the live, I was talking to Athena, and she was telling me what was happening. I understand why she reacted that way. I'm not gonna
Just to be
fucking
clear,
shit on her for that. I'm not gonna take her before God.
in what I saw, she kept saying that they called her the N-word with the hard R. In the full video that I have, they don't.
Well, it didn't just.
Okay,
start
so
there.
I said in my video, the one that I put up, that like my issue is that I could learn of some context here that makes this like better or worse, and that would change the framing of this. My issue was that Covey has numerous times clipped things out of context of me and then played them everywhere, gone around every time I was on a panel, jumping on to say this guy's a Nazi, this guy's a PDF, and then again using the things that she already learned were out of context, then still used the out of context clips. And so my issue was, you're saying these things in this way to where obviously we could post this out of context, but you keep saying you don't care about context. You don't care about like intent. You don't care about any of those things. You only care about the thing in and of itself. So if that's the case, then this thing in and of itself is just racist. There's no other.
I don't
There's
know.
nothing else to take into consideration.
Tashika needs to be getting paid for some communication courses where leftists come and pay her and be like, yeah, teach me how to communicate properly. Because if people are, and I'm gonna say it like, no, but if people are gonna like try to, and I'm not gonna say like cancel you or like if they're gonna try to criticize you for properly communicating, that's beyond me. If pretend, I'm just pretend your community decides to like turn against you for this, you're always welcome. You're always welcome.
Well, let me just say, I feel like I can still grow. It's fine, but like,
Well, I just want to say, Mojo was there for this
I
once
just
as
wanna
well.
respond
Mojo
to
was there
Tom.
once when I was on his panel, and
I
she
get
jumped
it.
on.
I think
do the
I
same
remember
thing.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, she did it on my panel.
I think that I if it is the case that they're taking what you're saying out of context and it's causing you to be framed in like really bad optically, I think it's good for you to call that out. But like again, like if we care about
I'm
these
not
things,
calling her a racist.
I don't see the point in repeating the behavior. And yeah, I'm just saying, like, yeah, I just don't see the point in repeating the behavior and not posing her mistakes within their full context or her takes within their full context. I think that we should still remain good faith no matter what. Even if the other
in the
side
video
isn't
that
being
I
in good
have,
faith. I
the
think we should
guy
be
says the
representation of
N
everyone.
word with a soft A in like a colloquial context, and then she says, "Oh, you're calling me the N word," and then starts calling him a sand, and you're calling me the N word, and then starts calling him a sand N word, calling me the N word, and then
Are you on your phone or on your PC?
I'm on my phone.
Can't
my
you restart
computer,
the
it's
live? Not
just
like end the
out.
live, but it restarts the live in the live. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't
you can
turn it
do that.
off. It
You
just
can try that in your
refreshes it.
settings. If you go down to your settings at the bottom right and then go into there's something inside
Do
the
I click the
settings.
more button?
Click the more
Okay,
button
it's back.
and
It's
then
back.
go
It's
into
back.
settings.
We're back. We're back.
Well,
We're all
I'm just
back.
gonna wait. I just
Yeah,
want to
it's
show you
back.
where this is. I want to show you where this is though, if it's in yours. If you click the more button and then you go down to settings, click on settings, it should say there is possibly a spot there that says restart live.
No, I don't have that.
Okay. Well, then you can, in the future, if this ever happens, you can swipe halfway up so you can see all the tabs that are open on your phone. And then you can swipe the app closed. And then when you log back into TikTok and you go back to go live again, it asks you if you want to resume the live. And then you can go straight back into the live from where you left it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to write that down. I'm a little tipsy, so I don't know.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll talk to you about it later.
Cool.
I read a comment somewhere and I blacked out. I blanked, not blacked.
Do I gotta block them? I would, whatever. I've been.
Liam just does his thing. He's whatever. He's like a little mouse.
Liam can sing if anybody cares. He came up on my panel and serenaded one of my friends. It was kind of funny and weird, but
Wonder. Hold on.
Wow.
you okay?
Me?
Yeah.
Overwhelmingly happy. I feel like my heart is full.
Oh dear. Okay. That's never what I want. So
Tashika bullied me into like an extreme serotonin boost.
ridiculous.
Masochistic a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, freaked out in here. Chat. I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm wondering if I should speak to Allison and see if maybe we can come to like a resolution. I feel like a lot of this is very, very beneath me. I feel like this childish. Is she showing our messages right now? Hold on.
No.
No, I think Allison.
No, she's not.
I think Allison was doing.
She's
a lot of
typing
work
something.
Yeah, I think.
I'm sorry. I just saw it from a distance in the little thing. I thought it was a Discord message. I was about to be livid. Oh, Okay, never mind. False alarm. I just saw it. Just looked like a Discord message from the little tiny picture.
Well, if
Um,
you want to go talk to her, like feel free at any moment if you want to do that. I will be in the comment
it's just
section
a
saying to
it's just
Shika.
a matter. Well, don't piss her off. I don't think that it does anything.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't troll her. Yeah. Let me just see what they said before I can decide.
It's my understanding that Allison is going after Z and Kobe is going after Tom.
Yeah, she's literally doing it again. She's literally
Yeah,
doing it again
I
right
same.
haven't
now. I
even
just
said
checked.
anything.
Right
What
now,
is
she
going
is
on
doing it
here?
again and
Yes.
like playing the clips again. She's doing it again.
Okay, so I don't
So
really.
they're not mad at you. I think they're just mad at Tom and
But
just
Um,
they're
making.
but I feel like they wouldn't have
I'm
targeted
sorry. I'm
us
sorry.
otherwise unless Tashika was up here. Like I think
I
the
really,
only reason that they're doing this is because Tashika's up here.
I
Yeah.
really, really don't appreciate the way that she's framing the story, in which I said that she sounds like a man, because she did. Like, whenever, like you guys know, like when you're trying to explain something to a man, I'm sure Z, your husband's done it at least once, where you're trying to explain this thing to them. They're like, "Well, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you want me to do." Like, that's like a
Obviously, you
man
understand
to
why a woman
say.
would get offended by somebody saying that they sound like a man, though.
Oh yes, I
That's
100% would. But like that's such I think that's such an odd thing to harp on, and I feel like it comes off as like she's trying to make it seem like I was insulting her a bunch. And like no.
I
Like
wanted to get upset that
it
you.
doesn't even
Th-
I don't appreciate the fact that it doesn't give context to why I said that at all. It's a completely like watered down version of what actually happened.
welcome to
So
my
maybe
world.
I'll try to maybe hold on, one nail. Yeah, I think I'll try to speak to her. I think we can come to a resolution. I just don't think that it needs to end on such a cheap note.
I
Yeah,
agree.
again, this
Um
has been my fight with pretty much all of these people. Is they take personal attacks on me, take what I say, water it down to like the dumbest fucking version of it, to where sometimes it's literally the opposite of what I said.
It's a complete
And then
misrepresentation.
yes, and then run with a narrative on it. And I'm thinking the whole time, oh, maybe somebody sent them an out of context clip, and they just believed it. You know, maybe this. And then I find out, no, they clipped it themselves. They're still going to double down. They're not going to actually make the claim, but they're going to back off it. Kobe literally will make the claim. She just won't talk to me about it. She literally, every time we tried having a conversation, she just literally talks over me the entire time and doesn't allow me to get a word in because she knows she's fucking lying. So yeah, it's very
I
frustrating.
go and try to talk to her. I feel like hopefully we'll like get
Are
something
you going?
done.
So are you going to Allison?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone in this
So
chat, if you want to if you want to join me in
do not
the
be an
we
asshole. I
do not be an
beg.
asshole. Yes, do not be an asshole. Don't say
Yeah,
Please.
don't
anything.
brigade.
Watch silently. Don't brigade. But
before you go to Shika, I wanted to be mad at you for saying that she sounded like a man, because I took offense to that, and then you explained it, and I thought, well, shit, I've done exactly that thing
Yeah.
many
But
times.
you see what
yeah,
I mean? It's
she's
I
like
do,
the
I do.
behavior. But yeah, it's
I,
just like that
And
lack of
she did do that.
accountability and
Yeah.
just like it's just weird. But yeah, chat, please, like we're not enemies. We don't need to be enemies. Can we just please like lock in? Okay.
we're just gonna watch.
Uh,
We're gonna watch a master communicator in
I
her
ignored her
element. Are
text.
you
Okay, hold
ready?
on. All right,
Ready?
hold on.
Everyone ready?
Seriously, guys, if y'all go over there and brigade, like I will like just ban y'all from my
Yeah,
fucking
I'll freak out. I'll
community and
freak out.
shit.
Like
So
we are going,
don't do it.
all we're doing is we're watching. It is a peaceful Tashika cook moment. We just sit back and watch Tashika engage in master communication. Are you guys ready? One, two, three, go. Bye guys, we're going to
Good
go do
luck,
that. We're going
Tashika.
to I think is she live on It's Allison right now?
Yes.
Okay, everyone go.